Hi there, this is MC Yoda, and welcome back to the game Foundation and the little village of Emerald Pointe. So, where we left off last episode, we left off with our town being quite happy. So, everyone is they're at 68% happy, and that's because all of their needs are met. We got their water, their rustic food, and their housing. Everyone has a house now, and that right there is 60% of their happiness. Right now, they have a boost of... It's 8% right now, but it was 10% at first. It was a little rejoicing tale. They were singing the praises of our fish, our abundance of fish. And that gave them a temporary boost, but that boost is already shrinking down a little bit. Now, for this episode, I wanted to concentrate on one of two things. The first thing would possibly be, let me get back to the people here. Here we go. Start working on their additional needs, right? So refine food and service. Of course, service would be building a church. That'd be building a church large enough to house the current population, plus however much I think I'm going to have it grow in the near future. Or, and refine food, which in my case would be setting up hunting, right? So the refined foods is either meat and or bread. If I only give them one, kind of like right now we're only giving them fish, not fish and berries, and they're happy with the fish. So I think they would be happy with only one refined food as long as we only offer them one at first. And I think butchering, there's less involved in butchering, and I think it's a more steady, it's a resource that's more steady, right? The bread is seasonal. It's cyclical, right? So you have like the planting, the growing, or whatever, then the harvesting, and then they make all the bread. Then everyone eats it, and then they're out of bread until the next harvest. Whereas the hunting is a more steady source. So I think I'm going to go with butchering for the refined food. Now, I could start setting that up now. Butchering poses some problems because you need kind of deep woods for butchering, for not for the butchering, for the hunting aspect of it. And unfortunately, like all of these nice woods right here is in 3 different, really oddly shaped lots of land, which is just, that's terrible for me. I can't afford this. It's 100 coins each. I have 209 coins. I could potentially, maybe buy this lot here and then hire somebody to plant a whole bunch of trees, and then maybe we could start getting some boars over here. But that's going to be a tough one to figure out. So, the other thing I was thinking I could do today is start working on growing these houses. So these houses are all only fitting 2 people. We have 9 of them, and we have 18 population. So our houses are 100% full of people. However, if we can get them to grow in size to medium density, they'll hold more, each house will hold more villagers. Right, so every house that goes up to medium size will hold, I think it's 6. I believe it's 6. I might be wrong on the exact number, but I believe it's 6. So it's going to like triple our capacity to have villagers without having to triple the land that we're using for houses. So I'd rather grow these in size. And we can do that by giving them light fortification and patrol coverage. So I think that's what I'm going to concentrate on. And I was playing with some ideas as far as the patrol coverage. And I'm thinking, and this was given to me by DM Bar in the comments in the first episode, was taking a monument. In this case, it would be, I would do a standalone watch post, like a watch post, and then surround it by houses. Like, so you can see, like here, for example, I put it here, and all 6 of those houses are lightly fortified. That's what the purple means. Now, of course, right here, it might be on their properties. It might be a bad position. But I can use that concept. Now, to do it with my current housing, it's going to mean breaking some more houses, which I don't know that I want to do. I think I might keep that idea in my back pocket for future neighborhoods. But for what I currently have, I think I can accomplish it pretty easily by giving a patrol tower and then maybe a watch post or 2, because you can also build these little watchtowers, right? So you can put a watchtower down, and so I can put a watchtower, here, and it's going to make all 3 of those lightly fortified, just so long as I have watchmen hired to... Oh, wow, these watchtowers are better than I thought. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, let's do a well-placed patrol tower. And we're going to hire a patroller or two to do the actual patrolling. And then we're going to put a couple watchtowers and maybe hire a watchman or two to man those. And hopefully start getting our housing density going up. Now, another thing that's going to happen is whenever we start growing the density of this, I'm going to need a ton of wood and planks to accomplish that. So we have 73 planks, but we have like no wood. I'm not sure where this wood is on its way to. Well, I think a lot of the wood is just being turned into planks, essentially. So that's what's going on with the wood. So, yeah, I might have to consider maybe upping our wood production for a while to go with this this growth. Okay, so enough chitter chat. Enough chitter chat. Chittery chattery. Get a little tongue-tied there. Okay, let's go ahead and start working. Let's see. First of all, let's turn on time. Let's get the people moving and doing their thing. I don't want to bring these people in yet until I have jobs for them. I still have one unemployed person, and I will need like patrollers and stuff. But let's wait until we have the actual structures built. So, where do we want to put the patrol tower, the actual watch tower? So there's two different ones. So to be a watch post, you need, of course, a door, but you also need... Oh, wait a minute. I thought you needed... See that little symbol right there? That little looks like a little wall? That means fortification. And I thought watch posts needed fortification, but I guess they don't. Now, if you do one with fortification, it automatically gives you an area of fortification. But we just saw that those two watchtowers can actually handle that. This is interesting. I don't know what's better, right? So one watchtower strategically placed can get all of those, and one strategically placed can get all of those. So maybe, just maybe, I'm going to try it. We're experimenting here, right? We're trying to learn how to play this game in a more intelligent manner. So this tower, if I made a tower, it costs 3 stone, 6 planks, and 2 tools. So 3, 6, and 2. This costs 9, 6, and 4. It's size 3. This is also size 3. I don't think we actually gain anything out of that. Okay, well, I think we build a tower just because it's cheaper. Alright, so let's go ahead and... I kind of want to see where the property lines are so I'm not, like, crushing a house. Like, I wonder if I can just kind of place it here. So if I were to place it here, okay, and we turn on fortification, so that right there gets 3 of those houses. And we can keep it, the size is 3. Of course, it would need a door. I think I would want to raise its size to 4. There we go. Because I want to get 2 patrollers and 2 watchmen. I believe that's what size 4 will give us. I don't know for certain, but I think the size 4 will give us 2 patrollers and 2 watchmen. Okay. And as far as where that's built, turn that off so I can see. I think that is safe because the road is kind of going through the people's properties right now. I think that's a safe spot to put it. Okay, let's give it a an entrance. That. And let's just play around with the positioning just a little bit. Let's just scooch it a hair. Let me zoom out a little bit so I can see better. I'm just going to scooch it back just a bit, just to give space for people to get around if they need to, and it's still keeping all of those same houses in the area. Okay. So let's go ahead and get that started. Let's start building that. And then we're also going to look at building some of these watchtowers. So if I want to build a watchtower, so I want to build it to where it's going to be relatively... Oops. There's a control where you can turn it while you're moving it around, but I don't know what that is, so I tend to put it down and then turn it. So I feel like this should be relatively close to the patrollers because that's where they're coming from. Right? So if we were to put the watchtower here. So that is encapsulating. I think that's a good spot for that watchtower. Okay, let's go ahead and build that. 15 logs. Oh my gosh. That's going to use so much wood. That's going to take a while to build those because all our wood is going into planks. Well, let's at least get it started. We'll make sure that this one gets priority. Okay. And then let's take a look at, well, let's start with just that. I don't want to make the mistake. You know what? Let's do this. Let's destroy that building for now. Okay. So let's go with. Oh, this is only going to have one patroller, and one watchman. Okay. We'll see what that does. So that's at least going to let 3 of these houses upgrade in size once we get the patroller going. And that right there is going to give us probably 12 more residents. So let's not make the mistake I've made in my last game and try to upgrade everything at the same time. Let's just do one thing at a time. Okay. Now, I need to consider wood, right? So, again, we're using up our wood so fast, we're turning it all into planks. I wonder, can I slow them down a little bit? There's 3 of them working in there. But they seem to be moving faster than the lumber can keep up. So do I hire another lumber camp? That's a question. Let's see. Let's take a look at our zones again. So we can still. So our wood cutting can go this deep. Okay. So we have a lot of wood that can be harvested. If I were to buy another lumber camp, how would I utilize that? Because we're also talking like 2 or 3 more residents to run it. Or I could look at upgrading this one. So we can do our lumber camp upgrades. Cost us 50 gold just to unlock that. But what that can do is it can store more output, but you can hire more workers. So you can get more workers in your one wood camp. But that's 50 gold to unlock that, plus the cost of the thing to get the new workers. So what would the actual new lumber camp cost? 10 gold. And that'll give us three lumbers. So I think that's the answer, is we just build a second lumber camp somewhere. Where? Where do we want to build them? We could do it out here. We could do it out here somewhere. I kind of want to keep the workers here. Let's see what's going on with this. Can we? Oh, look! No, you can actually get more. Oh, I see. It wasn't fully built yet. Is this thing fully built? Is this done? Hold on a second. Is this thing done? This looks done. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and hire a patroller. We have a 1 unemployed person. Now, this is going to be suited to commoner, so 1 patroller is still just a serf. So he's not going to do as well as 1 commoner would do, but we're going to keep him as a serf for a while. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to bring in 1 of these new immigrants. Now, this person won't have a place to live for a while, but we're going to make that person also a patroller. So we have 2 serf patrollers, which means both of them are probably working at like 50% capacity. So it would be like having 1 commoner, I'm assuming. Okay, so now that we have that patroller, we should be able to define a patrolling area. So let's go ahead and say we want this house, and this house. Like, I don't think the patrolling works in like a blob. I think you just designate houses, and then they just go to those houses. Like, so I don't think they actually follow the path of the zone you make. I think they just go to the houses. So is that a patroller? Oh no, that's someone going to rest. Did any of our patrollers start working yet? Waiting for other patrollers. Oh, look, okay, here we go. Look, already one pass, and those two are already like maybe 20%. Those are maybe 20%. Awesome. Oh, look, they're like a 30%, 30%. Oh my gosh, look at how quick this is working. See what it is they go up to the front gate of the house, right? And then as long as the house is in their circle, they're kind of getting that boost. So look at that. Look at that. And how quickly they're doing it because they're all so close. This one's almost 100% already. Oh, this is fantastic. Oh, look at this one's already upgrading. This one's already upgrading. Boom, look at that. And look at our new patroller just took up residence in there. Yeah, it is 6. It's 6 per house. So that right there, we can house 3 more people already. And more once this one starts upgrading. So now that this is upgrading, let's see, I want the house. Okay, it takes 20 planks to upgrade. Okay. All right. At least we know what that cost is now. 20 planks. I am going to have to commit that to memory. 20 planks for an upgrade to medium. So we've got planks. We got 84 planks. So this one's up there. They're all upgrading. Look at 20 planks here, 20 planks here. So that's 60 planks, which we have. So that's just a matter of how much time it's going to take the builders to accomplish that. That is fantastic. Oh my gosh, that is so much better than I expected that to work. Yeah, and doing only 3 houses at a time, we can handle that cost, right? That's going to be most of our planks. Oh, that's perfect. I'm glad I didn't go overboard and do every watchtower. Because that would have been like 9 times. That would have been 180 planks. Nice. Awesome. Sweet. That is so cool. I love seeing... Yeah, this is cool. I love seeing the construction. So one thing I noticed, like, if I turn this thing on that I had last time, which is, you can see the preview. Oh, is that on? Yeah, it hides the construction, but you can see what things are going to look like, which is cool and useful, but sometimes I do like seeing the buildings under construction. That's super cool. All right, that's awesome. So our gold is holding steady at 203. We didn't spend any gold to upgrade those. So now... let's look at another lumberer because we're gonna want to upgrade all of these houses, which is gonna cost a lot of planks, and we want to build other things which might cost more wood. So I think it would be wise for us to make another lumber camp. I want to keep everything. I know that they're walking a long way to get the lumber, to get the to cut down the trees. But I'm okay with that because I don't think I want to put a lumber camp way over here. I think I am going to make a second one, though. I've convinced myself to make a second one. So let's do that. So let's make another one here. And I'm going to put it here by this stone because I'm thinking when I expand this warehouse, it's going to go here. Of course, that expansion could go across the street as well. Let's put it over here. How close can we get it before it's red? There we go. That's kind of blocking the road a little bit. Let's turn it a little. Can we kind of scoot? You know what? Here we go. Let's put it by the stone. Let's put it here. We'll put it there. They should have enough room to get in and out of that. And then yeah, we'll have room to expand this warehouse when we need to. All right, 10 gold and 2 tools. We can afford that. Great. Great. Oh, look at this guy's carrying 20 planks. He's carrying enough for one. Is this one done? This one's done. Check that out. That's so cool. That's so cool. This one, oh, I bet those 20 planks. Yeah, see, it's transporting to build. That's the hammer means to build. Boop, there we go. They just got their 20 planks. And this one here has their 20 planks. So now we're just waiting for the builders to finish hammering away. Oh, that's fantastic. I love it. How's our fish doing? We have 360 fish. Our fish are doing fantastic. Oh, wow. This is working, guys. This is crazy. This is so cool. This is so cool. Okay, yeah, our warehouse is doing... We can hold up to 450 fish, so we're good on the storage for now. Okay, here we go. So now, hey, just in time, sir. You are going to be a woodcutter. And we have houses for you to move into. So let's get you cutting wood, sir. Where are you going? Cut wood. Where are you going? He's fetching water. He's got to get a drink before he starts work. Okay, fine. Fair enough. Hydrate, buddy. Hydrate. It's a long walk to the trees you're going to be cutting down. I love it. This is awesome. Okay. I like also as they're cutting the trees, we're getting to actually see more of our village. So that is pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, you can see their percentage of their... Oh, look at this part consists of 2 bundles to be assembled in the following order. Bundle 1 and then bundle 2. Huh. I've noticed that if you start hovering over things, you start... Like, it tells you what the game is doing. Oh, nice. Oh, another thing I noticed... Okay, last episode I was confused by... Oh, that one just finished. That the splendor increased a little bit quicker than I expected. If I go to this manor house, if you see this right here, it says... Multiply this building's splendor value by 1.5. So, every splendor I put in here was 1.5 splendor points. So, for example, if I were to give this manor house 2 splendor, I would actually get 3 points. Where if I gave this market tent 2 splendor, it would give me 2 points total. Right? So that means the splendor points are theoretically cheaper in the manor house than in something like... So in other words, whenever I added the extra sign here, I probably should have rather spent that money putting 2 points into the manor house because that would have given me 3. So that's a thing. How's our happiness doing? Okay, so we got a 40% happy. This is our new person. This new person just hasn't found all of his new stuff yet. Oh, I thought this said Thor. It's Thror. Awesome. Okay. Alright, so how's everyone else doing? Now we do need to look out for some more people because I would like to get 1 or 2 more woodcutters. So we probably will want to bring in an extra immigrant or 2. Okay. So I think I have the housing. The housing is good for now. And I'm wondering, like, if I were to click, that's employed, that's happiness, that's population. Like, is there a way that I can view, like, available housing versus full houses? Resources, trade routes. Oh, that's something we need to consider is unlocking a trade route. So this is a thing too, right? So if we unlock a trade route, we can start... making stuff to start trading. Probably that would be like this polished stone. And then this one we can actually unlock right now. And this is something where if we wanted to do make bread, rather than making bread to feed our people, we could make bread to sell. Now that's something I'm going to have to consider doing, but probably not this episode because I want to stay focused. I don't want to try to, dip my hand into too many buckets here. I want to stay focused. So I think as far as housing, I'm just going to have to click and see that I can have 3 more people there, 4 more people there, 3 more people there. So that's like 10 more people I can bring on board. What's this? Okay, we spent 22 last month. 12 on upkeep. Yeah, see, all of this upkeep is creeping up on us. And I think that's where one of these, not the mandate, it was here. One of these privileges was to lower the upkeep cost of labor buildings. So we could actually have this upkeep cost a little bit lower with another privilege. But we chose the trading privilege. I wonder if you can change that. Where was that screen? Where was that screen? Privileges. Can I open list? Hold on. Residential taxes, civic. Yeah, here we go. Labor buildings upkeep reduced by 25%. So I could reduce that 12 to whatever. Okay, math. 9. Right, so that could save us 20% off of our upkeep for labor buildings. But it doesn't look like I can undo this privilege and change it to a different privilege. So, okay, I'm stuck with the trading one for now. Okay, so let's talk about the these two things now: service and refined food. Let's go with service first. I can provide them service with our current, what our current goings on here. We haven't had a new citizen. Oh, we got some on their way. At least one. 2. We got 2 on their way. So those 2 might end up becoming woodcutters. Okay. Just because I want to have the wood start outpacing the sawmill so that we can have plenty of planks, but also a nice buildup of wood as well. So, let's look at building a church. That would be next. Service. Let me get these little ones off of the... There we go. Okay. Service. So now this is going to be a monument type building where we build it up by piece. So now when I look at this says minimum capacity 24. Minimum capacity 24, but this costs 10, 1, and 12. 10, 1, and 12, okay. So those are the same cost. This is 10, 2, and 8. Minimum capacity 12. So this is a half as big, but it's not half the cost. So one of these 2 would be good to go with. So this can do minimum of 24 people. We have 20 people right now. So if we started with something like this, and we'll put this church down here by the residential. So again, they can do their water, their food, and now their church all in one spot. Right, so we can put the church here. And that church can handle 24 people. We'll put it all the way up like this. We'll have to give that church an entrance. So let's go with the cheaper entrance for now. There we go. Just scoot that off the road just a tad. Okay, now we want to make sure it is going to be big enough to handle some growth, right? So let's make it a little bit bigger. We could just raise this bigger. Well, hold on. We need to add a... It needs a bell tower. Now we can just give it a normal... like a steeple, I think. That counts. Hold on a second. Click that, remove that. So now this is 3 wood, 2 planks, and a tool. But now one of these, this is like... Okay. It's not that much more. This one gives us... I don't know what that little... Okay, it says a belt for my village of their duties, resizable. These do provide light fortification in a range. Okay, I'm looking at this symbol. So right below where it says, a bell to remind villagers of their duty to faith. It's also handy for waking up on schedule. Right below that, there's like a little thing that looks like a little chart. The next to that is a little circle arrow thing with a 1, and this has a 2. I don't know what that means. That's this right here. Maintenance cost. Maintenance cost. Okay. That has a maintenance cost of 2. This has a maintenance cost of 1. This gets the job done. So let's just go with what gets the job done. Put a little steeple on it. We'll put it on the front of it. we don't really need to go with... We could put a decorative thing on it for now. It can at least start getting us some influence in the this right here. Clergy influence, clergy splendor. It's only 2 planks. Let's go ahead and just stick that on top of the steeple. Let's make sure that it's facing the right way. That's an extraneous expense right now, but at least it gets us on the board with some clergy splendor. You never know. Maybe we'll get a freebie from the local bishops or something. So that handles 24 people. I think that's going to handle us. We can hire 4 more people. Oh, we almost didn't hire our woodcutters. All right, guys, start making some wood for us. Our population is now 22, so this church can only handle 2 more people. And it might be that that's fine. We just make the church a little bit bigger when we need it. Right? So when we need it, we can either grow it in size or we can add a building. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead and build this. All right. All right. All right. Perfect. All right. Well, this is going really well. I'm really excited how this is shaping up. Did this house grow in size? It did. Okay, boy, everyone's piling into this first house. It makes sense because it's the closest, but yeah, they sure are. But at least they could probably still fit in here. Yeah, this is definitely closer to this, which is where someone in the far house was living. Okay, that should be fine. And eventually, and then once this is built, we're going to have a priest. So we're going to need at least 1 more immigrant. We got some more on the way out there. So we're going to bring at least 1 of those on board to be our priest. And I don't think we need the watchman. So I was trying to think about how these guys work. So the patrollers are doing what they're doing right here. They're patrolling, right? They're going up to the front gate of everyone's house, and they're keeping them patrolled. And it looks like 2 serfs are doing just fine with the number of houses we have. Now these watchmen, these go to guarded locations, and I think those locations would be either a watchtower. Like if we put one of these watchtowers up, we would need a watchman to come and man this watchtower. And also, if we were to say edit this watch post, you can add a guard location. Like we could literally just put a guard location, you know, wherever, here. I mean, it says too far, so obviously not. But for example, this guard location could just be like, you know, right here or something. And then, but we would need a watchman. We would need one of these watchmen to handle that guard location. So that's what these guys are used for. So I wasn't sure what to do with them last time, and I had tons of watchmen in it, but I only had like 2 watchtowers, so that was a bit of overkill in my other world, in Oda Town. Okay, so how's the church looking here? We've got most of the resources, over half of the resources are there already. So, all right, yeah, okay, cool. So we should be starting that church pretty soon. Hopefully just in time. These guys are going to be showing up. I should probably bring one of these guys on board right now, knowing that I'm going to need a priest once this church is ready. Okay, so we're starting a little bit of a collection of wood. So maybe these extra lumbers are helping out. Let's see what that situation looks like here. Yep, they're clearing things out. Okay, good. I think it might be fun to unlock this land. Like, not right now, because I don't have the money for it. Well, I kind of do, but not really. I think that might be fun to unlock this at some point and, like, start it out as just Lumber Island. Just have them over here, like, growing and cutting trees. I love that idea. Okay, I'm just going to bring one of you on because that's going to put us up to 23 people. Storage is full. Okay, let's go ahead and put more stone in the warehouse. Make sure we get a nice backlog of that stone. So one thing that's going to help us do, and that's one thing we need to consider, is that trading. That trading is going to have to happen sooner rather than later. If we unlock that trade, the trade was over here. We could unlock the trade, but we have nothing to trade them yet, right? We don't want to trade them excess resources that we're trying to use, but it would be a thing where I'd have to first set up like a polished stone cutters and start getting that resource built up, and then unlock the trade and start selling it. These guys buy it too, but it only costs us 15 of these right here, the labor influence. Okay, while we're just kind of letting... Oh, is the church... Well, it's built enough to bring on a priest. So now, again, the priest is going to work best as a commoner. But I'm hoping that as a serf, he still is going to work well enough to provide service for everybody. I don't know exactly how that's going to... Hey, we can ring our bells. You can actually change the bells. You can change the frequency, the type of bell, the pitch, the delay, the tempo. You can change all of that, which is pretty cool. So weekly attendance. So people are already coming to church, and he's already servicing them. So that's pretty awesome. And you can see we're at 61% happy, which means somebody has probably already received some happiness from that church. Yes, look, see this person's already been to faith. Have been to service. And that person's 80%. Okay, so yeah, so 20, 40, 60, 80. All right, this person has already been to service. So has this person. Okay. And this 40% is the village priest. He just hasn't gotten around yet to find a house. There we go. The first church. Very well. Oh, hey, look, we just gained five clergy influence. I wonder what we can do with clergy influence. Probably nothing yet, really. Okay. Let's just take a look at here. This is the next thing we probably need to concentrate on is the butchering. Definitely don't need the treasury yet. We don't need to start the tavern yet. We don't need more fancy buildings on our manor house. Improvement. So stonemason's hut. My guess is the next few things we're going to be looking at most likely is, of course, the butchering path, the stonemason's hut, probably to start making that polished stone, to at least for now sell it. Eventually we're going to need it for building as well. And we'll probably need storage improvements sooner rather than later as well, because we already saw like our stone. I keep hitting escape. That's not this game. We already saw that like our stone is filling up because we're not using it. So we're going to need that improvement on the warehouse. In fact, you know, that might honestly be a worthwhile expense. I think that might actually be a worthwhile expense. This isn't getting too full because we're using everything so darn fast. Yeah. Yeah, let me do that. Let me spend the 50 on our storage improvements, so that when we do start getting an overstock of things, we can hold on to it and not have it just not being produced. So we're gonna need a granary on this. We're gonna need a extra space in our granary pretty soon as well to hold more and more fish. Well, that's another thing. Let me look at those trade partners. What's progression? Oh, that's that map. Oh, that's the map. This map is weird because I can't figure out how to make it move around. I don't know the controls for this. Anyway. This right here. I was looking for the... What was I looking for? Trade. Right, so these guys will buy fish. We could unlock them right now and start selling them excess fish. Alright, I'm sold. Sold on the idea. Okay. let's go ahead and... oh, it's church time. Let's see. Let's go ahead and open that trade. Not the trade. The resources. Here we go. So fish. Actually, you know what? Here's a shortcut. If you click fish here, it opens that up with fish highlighted. Isn't that cool? So we can sell. Let's sell everything. Let's sell everything above 200. Let's keep like a ton of fish. Let's sell everything above 300. We'll go 200. We'll upgrade. So there we go. Everything above 200, we are willing to sell to these folks. So we'll see how often we get someone coming by buying our excess fish. Now, speaking of that excess fish, we should probably go ahead and get a granary because the granary we can hold. With the granary can hold 400, which is almost full. This can hold 50, which no one can buy from that. No one can interact with that except the transporter. So let's go ahead and upgrade our granary since we just bought this anyways. This is going to cost us 5 logs and 2 tools. I think that's perfectly fine. I might... Should I put it like here? Would that look kind of cute to maybe make the fishery not look so alone? The fishery, whatever it's called, fishing shack. I kind of like that, right? So I think they come into the shack up this little ramp, so this can kind of be like scooched over. Yeah, I kind of like that. That's kind of a cute spot for it. Yeah. Yeah, it makes the fishing shack not feel so out there like a Thor thumb. All right, let's go ahead and get that so we can start just upping our fish capacity because our fish are being produced really, really well. And now let's go ahead and we're going to upgrade this guy because he's almost full of stone. This is 5 logs and 2 tools. Let's go ahead and give him an extra capacity here. Wow, that almost fits perfectly in that bit of grass, doesn't it? It sure does. Boom, we'll build that and we can start storing some of our extra stone there and get ready for our stonemasons when we hire them. Okay, we're doing good. Our tools are holding steady. We still got 27. I think that edict that we did is helping out with that. We're getting like some percentage of our tools back, which is pretty cool. This guy's doing great. His planks and his wood. The wood's being used up so fast he can't even. Ooh, a courier. The courier is approaching. I see some more immigrants, but I don't think we have any jobs for them right now, so I don't think we're going to take them yet. We probably don't need any more people until we start doing our hunting. At some point, though, we are going to need a, a forester. Because eventually we will run out of trees to cut down, but I think that's a long ways off. We're what, like 3 episodes in, and we've only cut down the trees up to here. So I think we're good on the trees for a little while. Well, that little horse, how far away are you? You know, listen, I can hear that horse clompity, 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 clompity in my left ear. That's awesome. Okay, I want to see what that courier is going to say. That might have something to do with the trade routes that we unlocked. Does it say anything? It doesn't say give us any information about him. It just goes to him. Oh, look, he's almost here. Hey, let's watch him. Let's watch his ride through town. Oh, he's on a mission. Look, he's like leaning forward. He's got his message. Like, yeah, I'm gonna deliver the heck out of this message. I'm gonna deliver this message so well. This is gonna be the best delivered message ever. Okay, what you got there, buddy? What you got? Ooh, celebrating the laborers. Elders want you to host a regional fair. So what is this going to be? So this is raise the happiness to 75%. We're currently at 80. I think our happiness is going to hold steady because people are just getting happier with the church. Which, if we're at 80 already, I bet you everybody has found church already. I don't see anything that's going to drop our happiness in a while. So it's 21 days. Keep our happiness at 75%. We're going to get 10 of the labor, influence. We're going to trade price bonuses and happiness bonus. Activate effects, rustic food, needs satisfaction. What does that mean? Is that part of the failure? Rustic food, needs satisfaction, lasts 50% shorter. I don't know what that means. But I don't know what that means. Needs satisfaction, lasts 50% shorter. Activate effects. I don't know what that means, but this sounds like a good thing, so let's do it. On failure, minus 10%. Happiness bonus, minus 20%. So we have 21 days. 21 days to keep our happiness at 75 or more. I think we can do it. So 21 days. We're currently on month 5, week 3, day 6. So add 20, now 20 to that, and that's how long we have to last. Fair enough. I think we can do it. I think we can pull it off. So now, is everybody maximum capacity? So capacity per worker. So he can actually service all 24 people, even though he's a serf. So there you go. There you go. All right. Weekly attendance. Okay, we 13 of 24. But if we look at people, look at that. Everybody is a solid 80%. When I sort this, everyone's at 80%, which means the entire town is getting enough service to handle that. That's fantastic. That is so awesome. We still have space to hire. Oh, that house is full. We can get 3. We still can hire. We can still bring in 7 more immigrants before we have to worry about upgrading another house. Oh, this is fantastic. This is, guys, I'm so excited about this. I feel like I'm doing this way more intelligently, and I'm understanding every little detail that's going into this. I'm watching the resources. I'm making sure they're keeping pace. You know, we're outpacing our need for fish. We're outpacing our need for planks. We now have our wood is finally outpacing the plank production. This is fantastic. I'm really getting excited over this. Let me go ahead and put some more stone in here because that is going to start backing up pretty soon. Okay. And now on this one, I think I want to give it another plank just because pretty soon we're going to hit 100 on those planks. And those might start getting pretty full as well. All right, so I think, what are we doing on time? I think I might wrap this up in a few minutes here, so I don't want to go too much further. I would like to definitely keep it under an hour. I think, oh, hey, it's another week. Another week has passed. 18 more days, so I don't think the fair might not end in this episode. It might end in next episode. Let's think about, oh gosh, see the hunting. This is the thing that worries me is the hunting. So for the hunting, hold on a second. Let me see. If I unlock this, can I see where the boars are before I start building? I probably can. This is 50 gold to unlock. We have 129 gold. If my gold gets too low, No. What did I click? Oh, I'm in the territory thing still. Oof. Okay. If my gold runs out too quickly, I have to discuss a levy with my villagers to get more gold. When I do that, their happiness will go down temporarily. I don't want their happiness to go down right now because of the fair. I don't want to fail the fair. So I think what I'm going to do is not buy the hunting grounds until the fair is over because I don't want to spend 50 of our 129 and then get caught in like the monthly budget getting us too low. Ooh, that's a tough decision. That is a tough decision. While we're thinking about that, let's talk about the bailiff. So what can the bailiff... Oh, look at the bailiff can actually remove Whoa, what? 300 gold to remove. I was going to say if I wanted to remove that privilege and replace it with the other one, but holy cow. The bailiff can do... I thought the bailiff could like scope out this thing for resources, but maybe that would only happen once I have them hired. I don't know if I need the bailiff yet. Yeah, I don't have to do any of these things yet. If I were to hire a bailiff, it would just be to scope out what's in these. And honestly, right now, my stone is doing fine. And I don't need other resources yet. However, if I could... Let me look at the trades again. See, none of these first two are going to buy... Like, so for example, if one of them was like marble, right? These guys would buy marble, but I need clothing to unlock them. Right, but these guys here won't buy, well, gold, bars. So, like, if gold was in one of these, I could perhaps start mining gold and then somehow smithing it into bars and smelting it into bars. Yeah, I don't think I would need... Yeah, I don't think I need a bailiff yet. I just don't think I need a bailiff yet. That's not a need for me. Let's take a look at the possibilities of... Oh, see, I would have to buy this lot, though, to get over here. See, that's the thing. With the hunting, I'm going to have to buy more land as well. Whew, that's going to be a tough one. Do I need these people for anything? I don't think I need these people for anything. No, not until I start hunting. I don't need people. So here's the bridge. So I can pay 25 gold to unlock bridges. Wooden bridges. And then, if I were to then buy this... Oh, what is that? There's iron. There's iron here. There's iron right here, too. Like, if I were to buy this, I could then construct a bridge to get over here. But really all I would do is use that as like a place to harvest maybe trees for now, and then maybe like later game I could put like a castle or a monastery or something there. I think I might be good. I think I might be good for now. Okay, yeah, so we have 14 more days for the fair to be finished. And I think right now I want to sit tight till that fair is done and then start considering like you know, doing this right here, doing a levy so I can get more money, and then start investing in the hunting, which is going to be an investment in land as well, which is quite costly considering I only have 128 gold, and these things cost 100 a pop. So, but it might be something where I could buy this one lot of land, and there might be a bunch of pigs like up in here. This looks like a place that might have a lot of pigs. So it could be that I won't only, but then I'd have to spend 50 to unlock hunting. I'd have to spend 100 to buy this land. That's more money than I even have right now. Okay. All right. I think we're going to wrap this up then. So we need to wait for the fair to finish next episode, and then we're going to probably look at hunting and getting that one last additional need done, and getting everybody some refined food, because that's also going to need another market tent and everything. So yeah, we'll look at doing that next episode. Well, I think this one's been pretty successful. We have our entire village at a solid 80% happiness. Every single villager is the same happiness level. They have all of their essential needs met. They have one of their additional needs met. And we're getting ready to get the bonuses from this fair in about 13 more in-game days here. So, all right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. And yeah, I think our little village is growing perfectly well. I think we're going at a great pace. We're not overdoing anything. We might be overdoing our fish, but we're not really, because we only have one person fishing. So we're just kind of storing an awful lot of fish. Speaking of which, I should probably go ahead and start assigning those. This is just the fish warehouse. There we go. All right, everyone. Thanks for coming. I hope you enjoyed it. Throw me a comment and let me know what you thought. If you made it this far, then I assume that you're enjoying yourself. And the comment, well, it first of all, it tells me that people are watching and enjoying it, right? When I don't get many comments, I assume there just aren't many people enjoying it. So definitely let me know. But also the comment just helps me out, right? It helps out the algorithm. It tells YouTube to blah-de-blah-de-blah. You know all that jazz. So drop me a comment, say hi if nothing else. Let me know if you're enjoying this. And I will see you in the next one. All right, take care. Bye-bye.